Welcome back to another episode of Cool Hand Garage. Today, we're going to be getting the Fox all dressed up. So we have new trim panels. You guys don't have anything. We got these trim panels here. Unfortunately, they do look a little different because this is a different material. This is actually part of the bumper, versus this is a whole separate piece. Darn it, it's dirty now. So, we got those all in the garage. They're all painted up. We're going to do the driver's side. The passenger side, I think I need to come through with the heat gun a little bit and kind of settle the wrap in a little bit more. All my inside edges have been wanting to lift. And so, like all through here down the door on the passenger side has been wanting to lift on me. So, I fixed the driver's side already. It's been holding pretty good for about a week now. So, I feel pretty confident that it's going to stay down. So, now we can go ahead and put the trim on. So I'm going to cut back to the trim and then we'll work on what we're going to do. Okay. Much like the Johnny Cash song, we're going to do this one piece at a time. So firstly, I want to start at the rear quarter panel. I've already started at the door, the front one. The front panel, not the door. So this piece looks like it's going to be this guy right here. So we're going to verify that by sticking it on the car. So, I know it's the driver's side because this side is the bumper side, and that side should be going to the wheel well. So I'm going to pause you and then we're going to go over. Alright, this is the best I can do with the equipment that I got. Eventually, when there's money, there'll be a tripod. In the meantime, there's no money. So, we want to start with cleaning this section off real good. We want to make sure that there's no contaminants on there so that it actually wants to stick to it. So I have alcohol right here. Just going to get that bad boy on there. Clean her off all nice and good like. Then you'll want to make sure you come back later. Hit this with some sort of protectant. I've been using Carnuba or McGuire's. That does a really nice job. So just make sure you get up all the dirt and grime and all that. And then you don't want any residual alcohol chilling, as the kids say. I don't think the kids say chilling anymore. I'm out of date. Alright. Should be nice and good. 3M's pretty awesome. Pretty sure it's 3M. Clean the front of that off. So actually first, now we want to make sure that this actually fits. So we're going to butt that up against the back of that. It's one could say that is good enough. Bothers me a little bit, but I don't really have a choice. So I think once we push that in there, it'll be one of those where she's a solid 20-footer. That's kind of how the car is in general. She's a solid 10-footer. I think that's a good line right there. It's mostly even-ish. Yeah. It's got a little bit of room over here, which I don't love. I could maybe space that off a little bit. It can't really tell the difference. I'd rather it look cleaner back here, because when you walk around the car, that's what you're going to see first. So we're going to start off with undoing the top. We're not going to undo all of it. We're just going to undo a little bit because you want it to bite. And then you want enough to where you can roll it over the top, because what we're going to do is we're going to stick the back side on and then slide it across like a zipper. Same thing on the bottom side. I might also do the other side as well, like the wheel well side. just so I can stick that edge on, make sure she's nice and square, and then yank it off in one swoop. One last wipe, make sure no contaminants are on there, because if this lifts, I'm going to be real butthurt. So, stick that bad boy on there. Make sure she's exactly where you want it. We're going to try to get that center line mostly goodly. Oh yeah. It's fucking mint. Freaking don't want to get demonetized. You need that money. Alright. It feels the same there. Nope. A little lower. That feels the same there that it does there. And does not appear to be pointing down. Maybe we'll lift up just a smidgen. Because you want that to be about the same feel. Now, is this tried and true practice? Nope. Should I be out here with a tape measure? Yeah, probably. Is that gonna happen? No. Alright. So now we're gonna hold her right up against it. Just like that. Just like that. Now we're gonna pull. Woo. Make sure the back end stays on there nice and goodly. It's got enough lead on it where it's probably not gonna droop. Notice how I said probably. And the top one's all good. We'll yank the bottom and press her on nice and goodly. What do you know? That fits right in the groove. That would also have been a very smart idea to make sure that it just stays in the groove. But see, I have luck on my side. Oh, that's nice on there. If this ain't putting lipstick on a pig, I don't know what is. I'm just kidding. This car looks sharp. Look at that. She's like brand new. Brand new. I do wish that matched, so maybe I'll come back later and do a better job at trying to get that black as the same. That's the gap I was talking about at the front. It's not too bad. I would prefer it going all the way up, but it is what it is. It's aftermarket reproduction stuff. That's what you get. I think it's Dennis Carpenter. So, the next one, I've been debating whether I want to do the door first, or do I want to do the front section, the rear section, and then do the door last and just make it all line up. Because luckily, door is close. Ignore that. Mostly goodly. She's a 10-footer. You won't see that from 10 feet. I might actually fix that real quick. 1 second. Alright. After a little bit of time, I got that edge cleaned up. I'm actually much happier with how that looks. And I got some of this in here fixed. I really need to go back over most of the car and fix a lot of the stuff that's hidden. Like inside the door panel piece, like inside the door and all that. So yeah. So now that that's all cleaned up, we're gonna go get this piece. And I'll cut right back. Alright. So I think the way I want to go about this is I want to have this as close to the leading edge as possible. That way it hides the door gap as much as possible, and it also kind of matches the amount of gap that we have on the rear side here. So sitting it just like this, actually this is almost the exact same amount of gap to the rear now. which is to me perfect. So I'm going to try to do my best calibrated finger here and try to measure where I want that to be. Little higher. Little higher. Okay, that's pretty good, actually. Okay. So, we're going to do the same thing as last time, except we're going to go from this edge, since this is our reference edge. We're going to pull the tape off. We're going to lift it up, just like that. Crease it real good, because that's going to be our pull line, right? We're going to do the exact same thing on the bottom side. Just like that. Now, I'm going to try to get that magic touch feeling. I know roughly what I want to feel. I'm going to pray that I can double that. Just tap that just a little bit. It's a little further down. Alright, that's what my calibrated finger says. Okay. We're going to bring the rear up to do the same thing. That's actually pretty good. Now I'm just going to do a visual for both of them right here. You won't be able to see me do that. That's pretty close. If it's not dead on, it's close. And that's what we're shooting for. And I'm going to press down over here. Make sure one last time. Some of this lighting here is throwing me a little bit. Maybe I should have gotten a tape measure. But this whole car has been put together with eyeballing it. So why start now? Right. Oh yeah, that's good shit. I mean, good stuff. No demonetization. Push it on there, nice and solid. Make sure it's firmly on there. I should be pushing on that with a microfiber. That's in there good. Alrighty. If it ain't straight, it's good enough. Alright, on to the next. I've actually decided I'm going to put one of the long ones on because I want to make sure that it doesn't pinch the front one. So, this is going to be fun. Okay, So we're going to start with a long one. Yep. Make sure that your angled side is the front side. Lord have Jesus. Alright. We're going to try our darndest here. I'm going to pause here while I get this set up. So, we're in an interesting situation here. We have to align it to the door, not the previous panel, right? So, I'm pretty sure, yeah, we can kind of see the slight difference here. There's about an 1/8 inch lift. Yeah. So, this piece of trim is not necessarily going to be perfect with the next piece of trim. We're going to try our darndest, but that's not going to be the case. So, we are just going to do our best. And by we, I mean me, because I'm the one stuck here doing this. So, the front side, which you can't see, is pretty dead nuts, which tells me the door is slightly out of adjustment. The door could actually come down a little bit. I'm not willing to go through the hassle to lower the door. I'm just happy it's not sagging like every other 70s and 80s car. So, so we have our panel here. We can go ahead and do a test fit. Kind of roughly right there to the front. And yeah, so we have a large gap at the front. Actually, that looks like shit. Did I have the wrong panel? I have the wrong one. 1 second. Okay, I'm kind of teaching myself here a little bit. So I kind of stuck the leading one on a little bit, because I want to make sure that this doesn't get pinched in the front one. Which I think the reason why there's a large gap at the front is if you set that right like that. Damn, it's a large gap. Move that forward a little bit. Yep. Aftermarket shit, man. Okay. Well, so we can test fit this first. So we're going to go ahead and pull a little bit off the edge here to get her started. Thank you, Dennis Carpenter, for making pieces that don't 100% fit. For anyone wondering, this is the 1979 kit on LMR. I'm pretty sure the pieces are sold by Dennis Carpenter. They make most of the repop stuff. They make it for my truck too. I'm gonna pull a little more than usual off these, so we're just to get it started. So we're gonna pull the tape off both corners because we want it to hover. Because the idea is I want to be able to test fit the door being open and closed and make sure it doesn't hit the leading one. And if it doesn't hit the leading one, awesome. We can go ahead and pull the tape off that as well. So, start. And this bad boy up. Give her the best of both worlds here. Yeah, as best she gonna get. Alright. Shove her down. Give her a little more meat just to make sure she sticks. I was having problems with the leading one wanting to fall. So am I super excited about how this looks, the front and the back? Not really. Hey, we got a big gap there. Got a big gap there. So let's make sure it opens and closes. Fuck! That was French. For Lord help me. Alright. Doesn't appear we have any damage. Guess we'll find out after I go ahead and put it on. And after it's glued on all the way. Because where else would you find out? Of course, it's dirty as shit now. I mean, that's also French for dirty. Yeah. Okay. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna give us a good looking back edge here. Fuck the screw the front. Yeah, screw the front. I'm not gonna ruin the front and the back here. Just ruin the front. It be what it be. And screw Dennis Carpenter. This is a lot of money for a kit that doesn't really fit right. Alright, we're just going to hold her in the middle here because apparently it was too heavy last time. Oh yeah, not even close to it. Okay. The best I got. Oh, now you won't come off. I want to raise it just. See, if that was like 1/4 inch longer, I wouldn't be as complaining about it. Like that. That looks fine. I'm willing to eat that a little bit. But the rest of that, I'll show you the front here in a second. Oh, I got one hand. Yeah, that's the best we got. I'm not screwing up both edges. So. We're gonna hit that with the alcohol real quick. So when I wipe it down to push it, pulling off the, actually I'm gonna pull off the dirt first. Probably the smarter move. Goodbye, dirt. Well, it didn't scratch it. At least if it did, my colorblind eyes can't see it. Just gonna push it on there real nice like. Kind of wish these screwed in place at the same time, or clipped or something, as opposed to being tape on. 3M taped on. Alright, now you can see what I was talking about. It was either make that look like shit or garbage, and to make that look like garbage, or make this one just look like garbage. Make that one look fine. I chose that one to look fine. So I can maybe scoot this guy back a little bit more to try to cover that a little bit. Try to cheat. Come on. There we go. Try to cover that a little bit. But that is sad. That is very disappointing. That is a whole minimum a half inch. If you wanted to cut that a little short because of this guy, that's fine. You could have gone another half inch, man. But they didn't. I already painted him. I already paid for him. No one's giving my money back. I'm putting them on. I already paid the electric bill to keep that area and put them on. So as far as I'm concerned, there's no stopping me. So, yep, I think that's what we will do, is we'll scoot her back a little bit. Yeah, we'll take that back to there. Yeah, this looks like shit. Garbage. We'll drop that edge a little bit. Yeah. So, I learned some lessons here today. What's good, what's not, what companies not to buy from. Apparently this kit is not good. I would not buy that again. And look at that. That's so sad. Hopefully when you're glancing by the car you don't notice it. Because I mean, I guess if you're not paying attention you don't really see it. Probably could have lifted this guy up a little bit higher. It's too late now. It's permanent. All of this is permanent. That 3M doesn't come off. So, best I can do is make sure it's on good, because this isn't coming off. If it does come off, it's going to come off down the freeway. I'll tell you what, I'm going to be very butthurt. So that's one side of the car. I will not be showing the other side of the car, so just a repeat of me doing the same thing over again. A couple lessons we can take away from this. Take the tips off of the edges so you can kind of square it on there. Make sure, try to keep the same finger gap. I went off with just like it's about halfway putting into my index finger on here. That's a little bit less technically, but I wanted to line up the line here. I could have gone a little higher. It's not perfect. None of this car is perfect. This is the next drag car. I'll show you the inside a little bit. She's clean. Being a drag car. That light did nothing to help me. There we go. It even has the cool little display to tell me what light's out. working clock. The radio is aftermarket, obviously, but it works. The third pedal, the manual. Yep, that's gonna be another awesome upgrade here too. With that TR3550 that we got. That is the transmission that this has been needing. The garbage 5-speed that was in here, the T5 is on our way out. We're gonna check that one more time. I'm gonna lift that all the way out. Oh no, that's not even close. While I am here, I'm probably gonna fix the wrap in there. But that's about it for right now. That's all we're gonna display for the car today. That was a long video. I had no intention for it to be that long. But I also spent a long time doing this because I had to, what you guys don't see off screen is I'm sitting there trying to fit some of that up, learn how to do it myself, and fix the wrap too, because fixing that took a second. Anyhow, this is all we're doing for today. Stay tuned for next time. Next time, we're either doing the transmission, which means it might be a minute, because I gotta get paid, or we're gonna do some free stuff, like weld on the Ranchero with the truck bed. So haven't decided yet, but I'll keep you updated. So stay tuned for more Cool Hand Garage, and make sure you ask for stickers, because I'm selling stickers now. They're awesome, they're badass, and they represent my two finest vehicles. The Ranch, who gets all the love and attention it wants, just not time. It has the budget of a aircraft carrier, gets whatever it wants. The Jimmy Carter, the submarine, gets whatever it wants. The Foxbody, not so much. It gets leftover pieces, leftover money. So, yeah, so anyhow, both awesome creations. They're represented on my sticker. Little Northwest, we got the Cascade Edition, Northwest Cascade Edition, and we also have the Highway to Nowhere. Make sure you keep an update on the Facebook, and you'll get to see what we got, when we got it. The batch should be in for stickers about mid-November, so the next batch will be in right after that. I just want to make sure the quality's good and all that kind of stuff, so stay tuned, and catch you next time.